For one of the most natural, comfortable and efficient ways to heat a home, choose a radiant heating system from Eswa. Developed over 60 years ago to suit the colder conditions of Scandinavia, Eswa heating systems are now widely available in New Zealand and Australia. Eswa utilises the natural effect of radiant heat in much the same way as the sun's rays heat the earth. Heating elements inside the floors and ceilings heat up these solid surfaces and in turn warm the surrounding room. An Eswa radiant heating system provides a safe, clean and healthy environment with no drafts, noise or hotspots. And because Eswa heating systems are hidden in the floors or ceilings, they require no maintenance and free the home from cumbersome heating appliances. An Eswa radiant heating system is also one of the most cost-effective ways to heat a home compared to most gas or heat pump systems. And this simply brilliant heating system is also simple to install. Over the next few minutes, you'll see just how easy it really is to install the comfort, convenience and value of an Eswa radiant heating system. Eswa ceiling heating is the natural choice for a demand heating system that quickly heats a home through radiant heat like the sun. This rapid heat source makes Eswa ceiling heating especially good for people needing a more responsive, faster acting heating system. Eswa ceiling heating's specially designed heating foils are fitted inside the roof space to radiate warmth downwards. Key benefits of Eswa ceiling heating systems are all-round warmth, no condensation on windows, no stuffy air temperatures, completely hidden with no moving parts, clean and draft free, no concentrated heat source, noise and pollution free, no lost room space, efficient and maintenance free, easy installation, no exposed flames or heating elements, no plugs, cables or exposed switches, low running costs and a 10-year manufacturer's warranty. To install an Eswa ceiling heating system, you'll need the following things: a detailed house plan, electrical testing equipment, a tape measure, staple gun, insulation tape, pen, pliers and cutters, a secure working platform, a battery drill, a posi bit and screws or similar for metal battens. You'll also need Eswa selection charts and design sheets, and the appropriate Eswa ceiling heating foils and cable for the job. The first step in preparing your Eswa ceiling heating installation is to establish the correct type and amount of ceiling heating foils you'll need. Measure the area you'll be working in first and check it against the house plans of the room. Familiarise yourself with the room off the plans and make sure that you take into account any exposed beams, ceiling fixtures or ducts, as the foils must be fixed around these. The heating load required for each room is as simple as referring to one of Eswa's charts or design sheets. Heating loads are already pre-calculated, with the appropriate product selections noted as well. It's as simple as one quick look to establish what you need to make the right product selection. The most unique feature of the Eswa ceiling heating foils is the integral junction box. Eswa has designed and developed this to the ultimate point of simplicity. The Eswa integral junction box design is much easier and safer to install than competing products, and no tools are required for it. The heating foils themselves come in a total of 11 product sizes with 2 different widths, 400mm and 600mm. It's also important to note that Eswa ceiling heating foils must be terminated only with 2.5mm solid twin copper conductors, which is supplied with the foils. Once you've made your selection from the design sheet, cross-check it with the product to make sure you have a match. Look at labels, foils and boxes to ensure you have the right type of Eswa heating foil against the charted selection. Now it's time to set up a stable, safe and secure platform that will allow you to comfortably reach the ceiling for the installation process ahead. Before beginning the installation itself, It's important to note a few structural considerations. Firstly, plasterboard type ceiling materials are recommended for use with Eswa ceiling heating. Other coverings can be used, but check with Eswa first if you're not planning to use plasterboard. Secondly, make sure that the thermal insulation being used is of an approved material, such as fiberglass or rock wool, and that it's in place neatly with no holes or gaps to allow the heat to escape. Make sure the insulation is fitted level with the underside of the battens to ensure a quick response during operation of the heating system. Thirdly, check that the building is waterproof and that all electrical, plumbing and other services are already fitted in the ceiling before foil installation. These services and cables should be behind the insulation. Ideally, the foils should be installed just one day before the ceiling lining is fixed in order to prevent damage that may be incurred if exposed. The fourth point to note before beginning installation is that the moisture content of the timber framing is critical to the successful installation of ceiling heating. Moisture content should typically be between 8 to 18%, with the ideal moisture content not exceeding 16%. Finally, check the batten layout. This is ideally battened or strapped at 400mm or 600mm centre spacings. All battens should be in place, true and parallel. If using 400mm wide foils, there should be measured a minimum 330mm spacing between internal faces. If using 600mm wide foils, there should be measured a minimum 530mm spacing between internal faces. Dwangs or interposing timbers must be 6mm back from the foil surface, and no timber or object should be in contact with the foil heating area to ensure trouble-free operation. Having checked off the aforementioned structural requirements, you're now ready for installation. Select the correct sized foil for the area you're working in and remove the orange bushing from the termination cover and open the plates up. Now, being as accurate as possible, roll out about 400mm of the heating foil element and align it with the battens, rafters or joists, remembering that no portion of the heating foil should come into contact with the batten. When in place, simply fix with a staple gun. If metal battens are used, the foils may be fixed with posi screws or similar. In this situation, the reinforced edge of the foils are positioned to allow the screws to be fixed at the side of the batten to prevent screw heads from interfering with the positioning of the ceiling lining. Always be careful to only staple inside the reinforced fastening strip of the ceiling foil and not the foil itself. Also take care to keep the ceiling foil smooth and taut so that no creasing will occur when the ceiling lining is attached. Keep repeating this whole process, continuing to roll out the heating foil at approximately 400mm spacings, aligning to the framing and stapling with the fastening strip while ensuring the foil stays smooth. If during this installation process a foil appears too long for an allotted space, don't bend or fold the foil. Select and replace with the next nearest size and make a note on your plans. Contact your Eswa supplier for further advice if needed. Where there is a fixture, such as downlights or sprinklers, you'll need to use the shorter series circuit foils. Marked on the label as series foil, once again installation is just as easy as with the longer parallel circuit foils. Simply roll out, align and fasten in exactly the same way. The second series foil requires a jumper lead on that foil to complete the circuit. See the supplied diagram for instructions. Once all foils are fastened, it's time to connect them to the integral junction boxes. Firstly, ensure that a bushing is pushed down onto each cable. This bushing will secure the wire lead restraining grip without the need for tools or fiddly operation. Once the bushings are on, prepare your wire leads. Please note, it's important to cut the exact lengths when stripping so that the right leads will be correctly placed in the restraining grips of the junction boxes. Repeat this until all leads have been connected. Once all connections are complete, simply feed through the last leg of the lead down inside the wall to the position of where the thermostat will be, or alternatively, feed it to the switchboard. Eswa also recommends the use of a limitation sensor with ceiling heating. Position the sensor alongside a batten and just above a foil, while also being adjacent to a thermostat. During the fit-out and installation of the thermostat, set the limitation sensor to 40 degrees. This will control the temperature rise on the ceiling lining. After all ceiling heating has been fully installed, final testing should now occur. Use a Mega to test for continuity and total resistance, and be sure to record. These final tests are necessary for certificate sign-off and warranty requirements. After successful testing, the ceiling lining can now be installed directly under the ceiling foils. Please note that if the ceiling lining is to be nailed or glued and there's no gap between the heating foils, the foils must be cut to achieve a 50mm by 40mm wide opening every 300mm. Making a cutting template will ensure accuracy and avoidance of damage to foils. Finally, be aware of all safety and connection warnings. While installation can be carried out by any competent person, the actual electrical connections should be carried out by an electrician and comply with current wiring regulations. Continuity and total resistance testing is to be measured in accordance with the warranty form and noted at the end of the installation process. Congratulations! You now know how easy and efficient it is to install an Eswa ceiling heating system. Ensure that you also read the easy step installation instructions, and if you still have any queries, call your Eswa supplier before proceeding.